Hello everyone, screw the countdown, gonna start early. How was your weekend, guys? Just gonna get started, and I'm gonna try something different today. So for the stream, we're gonna try to highlight the action table, because I see like a lot of poker streamers are actually doing it. I'm not sure if it's better or worse. You guys tell me if you like this way better or you like the original way better, because I feel like you see less action, like you don't get to see like the whole 4 table kind of thing. But whatever action that's going on, uh-oh, I think I have to do it manually today. Our stock and pile dust expired. King 10, we're gonna defend. Flop a king. It's a lot of extra work for me, but not sure if so. Actually, I don't think it works with stock and tile. Once I open it, it doesn't allow me to switch between tables, which is kinda odd. Okay, so I guess it works. Gonna value bet the river. And here, table 3, we got 3-betted. Gonna defend with ace 10. This is actually really awkward because you guys don't get to see like what hand I fold and stuff like that, but I don't know, maybe you guys will like it. And we flop the nuts, that's always nice. Curious to see what he does. On table 4, we raise under the gun. Flop top here, top kicker. Do a C back. This is actually extremely weird. Here he check it to us. We're gonna start with like a really small bet. He does call on the turn. Since we blocked the not flush, I'm not exactly sure what he should be getting value from. But we want his stack, so we're gonna bet like a little bigger here on the turn. See what he does. He does call again. River paired the board. It's a little bit weird, but I don't think he would check a set on this flop, so we're just gonna jam. Just don't see him ever check. Yeah, he does have overcall with pocket jacks, which is good for us. It doesn't allow me to change screen when we're actually clicking on the table. So I guess we stay the original way for now, and then maybe figure it out later. Actually, we try. Here we got 3-bet, we're just gonna fold. Table 4. Flop top 2, we 3-betted pre-flop. Flop top 2, small C-bet, he called. Gonna overbet this turn actually. And we do just pick up the pot. We raise pre-flop, C-bet the flop, jack. Probably a pretty good card to barrel. Pretty good card for orange. Just gonna barrel and see what happens. If it gets called, we probably just shut down. I feel like he has ton. 8 is not really a good card either. He has tons of like 7, 8 type of hands. So I'm just gonna check and give up. Can we change the music from piano to Drake? I always play relaxed music. Here we got donk bet. On this board, I'm not exactly sure what do we do. Probably just call. Don't see a reason to raise there. And the turn just gets progressively worse, but it doesn't mean that he likes the turn. Early bedtime. Shit happens, man. Can't always run good. Face another dunk bet. We're just gonna call and then probably fold to a river bet. Now we're not folding, and we block the knot range. So we have 2 aces. It's very less likely he has an ace. So we're not gonna jam. We're gonna put like a little bit of bet a little bit, So that way he had the chance to call. Actually, just bet like 20. I think I should be happy with 20. And he should definitely call to chop. And then that'll be good for us. Yeah, I feel like if we focus on like individual tables, and then that's gonna just slow down the process. I'm not exactly sure if you guys want that, because we will get like last hands per hour, last action. You guys do get to see like a bigger table, but I'm not exactly sure like how attractive is that for you guys. For example, like here, table 1, we raise pre-flop, so we focus on this table. I'm not exactly sure if like it benefit you guys. I can be wrong, like let me know. It does take me like a lot extra work to clicking around, but if you guys like it, I'll do it. Raise at a cutoff, button 3-bet. Since like a fish player, pretty tight 3-bet range. Just gonna give it to him here. I guess we go for like some jazz music. I still enjoy jazz way more. It's more chill. That music was a little bit too intense. I feel like jazz music is like perfect when in terms of like dealing with suckouts. Otherwise, it's hard to keep up. Yeah, that's what I figured. I guess if some people prefer this way, but I just don't see it because 4 table, I think if you full screen it, you can still see it pretty clear, loud and clear. But if you like see it on an app or something, then probably like the individual table is better for like whoever that's watching on iPhone or something or tablets. It's probably a little better. But if you're watching on computer and you full screen it, then 4 table is perfectly fine. That's defending with A9 offsuit is pretty standard. I guess I'll only zone table when it's like a super important power, super big power, something like that. And normal time I'll still do this since I play faster this way as well. Ace 3, I don't like calling. Gonna go for a 3-bet. Calling is fine. I just prefer 3-betting against like a pretty solid regular. If we just call and then like flop comes an ace, like it's gonna give us a lot of trouble. I'd rather just 3-bet and then gets 4-bet and then we can fold. If he has a real hand, that is. But most of the time we can just pick up the pot, which is always nice. On this board, probably checking back. We'll check back some of our aces as well. Here we flop king high, sort of dry board, 2 spades. We do have backdoor flush draw and backdoor straight draw. Check the second time, we're gonna start betting. We do turn a gacha, however the 3rd spade gets there. On this river though, I think we just overbet. I feel like it's gonna take it down very often. On this turn, we're just gonna check and give up. Facing 3-bet of this sizing, it's kind of weird because it's like what, second 5, like 7x 3-bet, 6 point something x 3-bet. It's kind of weird, and I'm just gonna tag this guy for like recreational player for now. And it's a new player, so we're not sure what he is. We can always change it back or take it away if we feel like it's a better player than we thought. However, like I don't normally change it back. The tags, a lot of those green tags are actually pretty decent regulars. Not like the best, but like they're like semi decent. Big C-bet on this board. I just forget. I'm just too lazy to take the tag off, and then because I know who they are, so it doesn't really matter what the tag says. I just know how to play accordingly. Placed on WSOP event over the weekend. I think we cashed 2 out of 4. Nothing significant though. They're like small mid cash, double, triple triple cash or something like that. Didn't really have a big deep run. Ran pretty bad in general. In tournaments, like you have to basically run well to make it deep. There's just no other way around it. I'm just gonna attack him. This guy's definitely a recreational player. I'm gonna use a larger sizing here. Yeah, so tournament is it is the way it is. You have to win flips. In one of the tournaments we play, I think the Big 50, we made like we had like pretty decent stack in day 2, and obviously cashed, and then we had decent stack. However, we lost like 3 straight all in, which is kind of brutal. We lost like two flips. Like the guys really shouldn't be calling, but it is a $50 buying tournament, so you don't expect people to play perfect. So we lost 2 flips, and then we were down to like 9 big blind, and then we ran into aces with the ace-9 suited, and then just got busted in like 10 minutes, in like a span of 10 minutes, which is kind of crazy, because we had like one of the bigger stack. I think we were like top 15 chips, and then just lost like 2 flips, and that was it. That's tournament, boys. However, I mean, it can also happen the other way. So it could be like you could have like a 15 big blind stack, and then you just double it twice, and then you'll be like one of the chip leaders. That's a crazy part about tournaments. The swings are a little bit crazy. We get called by 2 spots here. I'm not exactly sure what they have. One of them could have flush draws. I don't like betting here. It's just really no point. Flush does get there. We can have some flushes as well, so if they don't have it, I don't see them bluffing on this river. And we just check back. Ace-9, king-queen. Okay. Just gonna give up here. Defending with queen jack suited. Raise. I'm gonna use a larger sizing again against a weaker player. Pocket 8's definitely gonna put in a 3-bet. Against 2 players, we're gonna PO flop with the A9 off, and hopefully we can flop something big. Obviously, it didn't happen. Really easy to just check fold. Really not too much going on. Not having anything to work with. Hopefully that's about to change. However, we're not losing big pots, so I don't have a problem with it. We turn an 8, and then third clubs gets there. We do have a 9 of club for a redraw. We're gonna actually bet this turn. We can wrap a lot of queen. Facing a 3-bet by a tag fish. Not too much sample size. King 10 suited is probably not a hand that we want defending with. Especially we raise under the gun and then he 3-bet. So normally that means he has a stronger range. Just gonna give it to him. This guy only opened 11%. I'm just gonna respect him for ace jack offsuit in the blind. I'm gonna open pocket 3 since we haven't had really anything to work with. King queen suited here, we probably gonna 3-bet. Even though it's against under the gun raise, we just have to play a little bit more careful. And here we're 3-betting. Facing a 4-bet in the blinds. He could be squeezing here. I don't think this is an automatic fold, especially the sizing he's using. It's only a little more than double. we're getting pretty good price to flop a set, and then he could obviously have ace jack here. I mean ace king here, ace king suited or something like that. So I think we're gonna peel a flop. I think peeling a flop is probably better versus just folding. If you use like a 3x size, then we definitely folding. All in pre-flop. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Checking back with knight. Facing a 3-bet from the blind. We just gonna muck. King queen. Nice hand. I think we call once on this board. We can have some ace queen. We can have some pocket queens and pocket eights. And we still beat ace king. This should be a pretty scary turn for him. But I'm not exactly sure like how scary he should be with the aces, if that's what he has. With this stack sizing, SPR the way it is, I don't think we have to bet this turn. Even if we like have a set, we don't have to bet this turn because we can always jam the river. We have pretty much 1-to-1 stack to pot ratio, so I'm gonna just check back. That's a pretty good river. If we had a bolt, we still have the best hand. When he checked the river, he could have ace queen. Most likely ace king though, I think, or jacks. He does have ace king, so we do pick up pretty good pot. Here we start with a small c-bet. Yeah, I'm gonna raise 4x against the limper, blind versus blind. Pocket 10 checking back here is pretty much not an option because our hand does need a lot of protection. This guy's obviously a recreational player. Small c-bet here. Checking back here. When we're facing a check raise, we're gonna call. Not gonna fold yet. Well, we can put in a 3-bet if we want. Actually, I think that's what we're gonna do. On this board, we're checking. I guess we just call and play in position. Don't mind 3-betting there. Not the greatest turn card. Just gonna check. I feel like we still have the best hand though. Just giving an opportunity to bluff. And then here on the river, I guess we just check call. Don't see a reason to like go crazy here. Yeah, he's definitely not calling with that. We're gonna check back here. Since the pie's already pretty big, we don't want to bet and then like gets jammed. However, using a blocker bet might not be the worst idea. I think that's what we're gonna do. So by using this sizing, if he calls, like he's gonna worry about being jammed on the river. And don't see him dunk betting this, dunk leading this river, so we can just check back. Hopefully we had the best hand, and we do. He did that with pocket sixes. Here on this board, we're just gonna check back. This flop hit his range way more than it hit ours. When he checked the second time though, I feel like we probably should have bet a little bit. 8 on the river is not the greatest. He could easily have an A in his range. Ace king, that's a little bit surprising, but I also expected to like lose to like some kind of pair, but ace king playing that way meaning that he's probably pretty tight. Like he's supposed to like 3-bet pre-flop in a blind with ace king. I don't know if he doesn't 3-bet ace king there, like what hand he should be 3-betting with in terms of a big blind versus under the gun open. Like ace king does need a lot of protection in terms of pre-flop. Like you want to get as much money in as possible before seeing a flop, and then you want to punish those people who call with worse. But obviously he didn't agree. On this board, we checking back, and we do face a 3-bet. Calling is okay here. 4-betting is definitely fine. I guess we're gonna go for a 4-bet since we haven't done it this session. Obviously, get it in. And on this turn, we're gonna bet a little bit. We do have got shot and not flush draw. Checking this turn. Facing a pretty big bet. Running to aces, but we do hold. Can we hold? We can. We sucked out. It's just a cooler. It's unfortunate. Just gonna fold. But I think the hand will play itself. I mean, if we just flat called the 3-bet on that board, he's never folding aces. Maybe he would. Maybe he would. But we got lucky there. Unlucky and lucky at the same time. Obviously, unlucky that we ran kings into aces again. Lucky that we sucked out. Yeah, on this board, I don't think it makes a difference. I think ace is still going in. Maybe like he'll check and then we could bet, and then he check, if we bet again, he can get away since it's a 4-card straight on the board and flush does get there. So I guess we are not gonna get his entire stack if we just flat call the 3-bet. But unfortunately, like cutoff versus like big blind 3-bet. I mean, cutoff versus big blind 3-bet and 5-bet jam. Like, are we gonna fold kings there? Like, never. Like, it's never gonna happen in a million times. I'll call 100% of the time there. Sucks for him that he ran into a cooler, but I mean, good for him that he ran into a cooler, but like, sucks for him that he got sucked out. On this river though, I'm not exactly sure what do we do. I feel like he could have a queen. I guess we target a queen to bet. Hopefully like a queen will call. He'll never put us on a bolt here. And he never has a bolt, so I mean he can have like pocket 5s, but that's it. He never had kings, never had queens, never had king 7, queen 7, so we definitely have the nuts there. Queen jack suited facing 3-bet from big blind. We gonna pure flop. He's using like a half pot sizing. If he's like smaller sizing, we can probably we could probably float. But against this sizing with the 1 clubs out there, just don't like our chances against his hand. Probably better to just fold. Obviously we could always float, but like I don't like our chances to take down the pot there later down the streets. A pretty tight player open under the gun, and then under the gun +1 3-bet. Ace king suited, we really don't have too much option but to 4-bet because he does have a bigger stack, so we need to worry about it a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna 4-bet. And then if this guy call jams, then we can. If he calls, we have to play carefully. If he jams, then obviously we're folding, most likely 200 BB deep. If this guy jam, I probably have to call. Like, don't like it, but probably have to call. Yeah, we do just pick up the pot, so we don't have to worry about anything I just talked about. That's always nice. Raise under the gun, facing 3-bet from the button. He did use like a smaller sizing, so I guess that we pure flop. Pretty good flop. We flop flush draw. 6-9 off. We're not gonna do anything. Here he used a smaller bet. Definitely gonna call. We do turn open-ended. Probably check raise here. Open-ended here. Not gonna fold. Here on this turn, I think we're gonna bet, and then just hope like ace of club, king of club will call. Gonna check raise here. Against that sizing, I actually think we should check call here instead. He did 3-bet us our under the gun raise pre-flop, so he could have like some ace king king queen here. I don't think that's gonna fold. Just gonna call, and then if we get there, we value bet the river. We do get there. Just gonna value bet like $50. He can have like king queen here, and then when we bet out, we have tons of king queen. We only lose like ace king of clubs specifically. Hopefully that's not what he has. Folding 3-bets. Folding to 3-bet ace jack off under the raise under the gun. He does fold. That's a solid fold. Oh, maybe he was like just having nothing, and definitely a possibility. Because I do think ace king should have to call there, even though like it's beat most of the time. But against that sizing, he just have to be good like 20-25% of the time or something. So I don't think we're bluffing there. Like he's definitely not good there with ace king when we let out like that 25% of the time. Maybe like 5% of the time, or maybe like never. But against a smaller sizing, if he had ace king there, he's probably calling. So he just mugged, so I just assumed that he didn't have that. Pocket sixes. I feel like if we call here, we get squeezed a lot, so we're just gonna fold. Not the hand that we want to be cold calling with. This guy opens quite loose, so we're gonna 3-bet with ace jack offsuit. That guy is like crazy. His 3-bet sizing is like so big. Here is a limp and then a call. This guy is definitely a recreational player. Against two recreational player, we're just gonna check our option and then go from there. Pretty good flop for us. We do flop bottom pair and flush draw. However, we probably don't have the best hand at the moment. Now we turn an 8. Only losing to like queen jack, but queen jack flop us straight anyway, so we're gonna start betting here just to build a pot a little bit. Not exactly sure what their limping range is. It's kind of like a weird spot. Got called by 2 players. I guess we just like value bet this river, and then if it gets raised, then obviously we're folding. I just don't feel like they have 2 pairs, because they're supposed to like raise the turn if they have 2 pair. And here on this board, we're gonna flow with ace high. Blind versus blind. He does check back. I don't see a reason to bet here. We're just gonna check back. Ace high could very much be the best hand. And now a 10 is definitely a best hand. Is it gonna call with worse? Maybe. We're gonna try to use like $5 bet. Checking back on this flop against 2 players. And turn a set, that's always helpful. Just gonna call, not gonna go crazy here. Facing a 3-bet from the blind when we raise under the gun. I guess we go for value bet here. Just gonna call. Not the greatest flop. Obviously there's an ace, but doesn't mean that he has an ace. Gonna call once. It's using a smaller sizing. It's really odd. I don't think we can fold to this sizing, dude. He's using like 20% pot sizing. I'm just gonna call one more time. And flush gets there. He might have like kings or something. Jacks, maybe. I think it's more likely like ace king, or like kings, but I don't think he'll fold. He has ace king. It's whatever. He was using that sizing, so be it. I don't mind losing like a small pot there and then just calling the turn. I mean, obviously we can go nuts on the river, but I mean, what's the point against an unknown player? You're not like, I'm not even sure if he's capable of folding his king there if we like pot it. I think pot he'd probably call. We have like overjam or something, and then it's just risking a lot of money against somebody like we have no history with. 10-9 suited. Facing a 3-bet far on regular. Definitely gonna peel. Not the bad flop for orange. He definitely doesn't like to see this flop. Facing 4 players, we're gonna use the larger sizing here. And 3-betting. We're pretty deep, so have to be like extremely careful. And we turn the nuts. That's always good. Just gonna use like a tiny size bet. And then on this turn, we're just gonna barrel. He can have tons of like 10-9, Jack 10, Queen 10 type of hands. Checking back here. Flop a king. Gonna start with the check here. Playing super deep. 4 spade gets there. On the river, we still have the nuts. I guess we overbet this river. $3. I think we have to call. I don't think we beat anything though. Another king, that's good. Just gonna check. Don't think he would bet with a flush draw here, so he's either bluffing or he has like king queen. He could have a set sometimes. I don't see the reason to check raise here. Maybe we can, but thinking about it, I think we have to check raise here and then get it in. Hopefully we don't run into like a boat or something. He does call pretty quickly, and that's one of the worst river. Oh shit, this is tough. King Jack. Thank God, dude. If he jammed there, they're like, fuck, dude. that would really suck if he jams there. If you had King Queen, he would jam. I think almost guarantee he would jam. Now that's a danger of playing like super deep against good players, because it's just always dangerous. On this board, we're gonna see bet. Thank God he had King Jack there. Jesus, man. If he had King Queen, oh my God, I think we have to lose our stack. Maybe you could fold. Maybe you can find a fold somewhere, but it's very difficult. I thought he had King Queen there. So if we jam the river, we're supposed to fold. Good thing that he checks back. I guess if we jam the river, he's folding as well with King Jack. Don't see him calling there. Raise and 3-bet from the small blind. Ace Jack suited is just not good against their ranges. Folding is the best option. Here we do flop a king. Pretty dry board. Start with the small c-bet. Against the, I don't know what it is. It's kind of loose, but he doesn't raise often, so I guess we try to get like 3 streets of value here. I feel like if he had ace king, he probably like 4-bet jam, but he doesn't. Okay, we don't have to worry about that. Like that guy never 4-bets, so I'm not sure if he's gonna 4-bet ace king there. I mean, obviously he should, but with his stats, I feel like he's probably gonna call ace jack. I mean ace king. So we could be losing there, but if that was the case, we're gonna lose our stack anyways, I think. On this board, start with the bigger bet. We can have something like 8s plus. How are you guys doing today? Chat is pretty quiet. Turn ace, definitely a good card. Just gonna barrel. Trying to find the right sizing. Probably go hard at it. Like 40. Yeah, 40 and then jam the river. I feel like that's better. Gonna try to take his entire stack. That is the goal. And we do play against a pretty fish player. I mean, if he had a stat here, we just have to lose, so doesn't matter. I'm not exactly sure what he will be calling with. Maybe like 6-7. That's it. We're just gonna give up on this flop. It's okay to give up sometimes. Facing a 3-bet again. This time we raise under the gun and then he 3-bet from the button. Very standard. This board probably just gonna check fold with pocket 8s. 3-betting with jacks against cutoff open. Not the greatest flop, but not the worst. Obviously we have open-ended, and we block that super hard. So if we get there, we're almost always good. Probably check calling up to like pot size bet. Facing a 4-bet, I think we just have to get it in here. He doesn't really 4-bet, but in those positions, fuck. I guess we can make a case for fold, but against this guy, we just cannot fold queens in those positions. And we do pick up the pot, that's nice. So, like, even though somebody with like a 3% 3-bet rate, like, sometimes they're still, like, they still 4-bet bluff. I mean, 3% 4-bet rate, they still 4-bet bluff sometimes, so. This is a pretty weird spot. We do have the third not flush draws. And then he does use like a pretty small sizing to invite us to call. This is kind of weird. I guess we call. And that is a really weird river. I don't see him ever bluffing here. If he bets, he has it. Always has it. He at least has an ace. He might not like the river though. He can have like king queen, king 10, queen 10, those kind of hands. Gonna check back. Don't see him ever bluffing here. He could obviously have a flush. This is a pretty bad river for him. When he bet out, it's a easy fold. He always have it there. Like he's never bluffing. Because our range just has more aces than he does, so just gonna call with ace jack off. This is a relatively small pot, so I don't really have a problem with it. We're playing pretty deep, so definitely gonna see a flop with 10 ace suited in position. Obviously, we don't flop jack shit, but it's easy to just fold. Small c-bet here. Our c-bet gets called. I don't think jack is the best hand here, and I don't like to barrel this river. I mean this turn, we're only ahead of like flush draws here. And just gonna check back. He does have flush draw, that's nice. We have 1 week left. Still needs 24 subscribers to hit our goal. Not sure if we can do it. Maybe if I stream during the weekend. Maybe the announcement I'll do at the end of the stream will help us achieve that goal. Pocket kings, hopefully we get some action. We're playing 18-15 today? That's really weird. We never played that tight. guess it's just a card. I don't think we're playing specifically tight today. How old is too old to go pro in poker today, you reckon? I don't think there's an age limit. You can always you know, as long as you're winning and you're a winning player, you can always become a pro poker player. Also, like if you grind, like if you're like successful NL50 grinder, you can make like easily like 5 to 8 grand per month, which is like not bad, right? If you look at it, if you're, for example, if you're making like 3 to 5 grand for your job, then why not just play poker for a living? Because I mean, obviously 50 NL, if you can be like a crusher at 50 NL, you can make like somewhere between 5 to 8 grand per month easily, and then you don't pay as much taxes. So yeah, why not, right? So I don't think it's age specific. If it's really depending on if you're a winning player or you're a losing player, right? If you're a losing player, then obviously you just doesn't make sense for you to turn pro. But if you're a winning player and you have a solid win rate, and why not, right? And if it makes sense, obviously. And then we're talking about like 50 NL. If you're like, if you've got like 100 NL or like 200 NL or even 500 NL, 500 NL only PokerStar has the game, and then that game is extremely tough. Gonna size up the 3-bet here. So yeah, if you play like 200 NL, you can make like even more money in terms of like, you can easily make like 15 to 25 grand per month if you like hustle. He does call. It's a pretty good flop for kings. We do have a king of clubs, so I'm not too worried about blind versus blind. I just feel like we have to bet pretty big here. I don't want to slow play this because it's blind versus blind and we do have position. And then we do just pick up the pot. That's always nice. When you play like that deep, it's kind of always dangerous. Even though that flop was pretty safe. It's probably the safest flop for pocket kings. I just want to stack like queens and jacks, so I want to bet bigger and then just start building the pot versus checking back. Checking back was definitely an option, but I would rather just build a pot, especially against a weaker player. I would rather just build a pot as quickly as possible, and then before any scary turn comes, that way we might potentially stack queens and jacks. Don't think he ever had aces there. Aces would definitely 4-bet pre. So yeah, to answer your question, it's really win rate dependent, like depending on how well you play, depending on how good you are at the game. If you're good and then you're like 50 years old, then go for it. Why not? If you enjoy playing and you know you're a profit player, then go for it. We gotta 3-bet this guy with king jack suited. Folding. Against two fishes, queen jack suited is just a little bit too light in the small blind, calling versus under the gun open. And here, this guy 4-bet again. Remember, he had like 2%, like 2-3% 4-bet rates, and then now he just did that to us twice in a row. Last time we had queens in the blind, and then we jam, and then he just folded. This guy is definitely a recreational player. Here we had king jack, we have position. We're not gonna call. He did use a larger sizing, so gonna respect that. Yeah, we are 3-betting pocket nice here for sure against a deeper stack. Big Banana 420. Thanks for the follow, buddy. Welcome to the stream. And we do flop top pairs. Not gonna slow play this against a fish. Just gonna bet and then get it in on the turn. A lot of bad turn can come. We do have ace of hearts, so not to worry about, you know, him having a draw. If he has a draw, he had to like a king queen of heart or something. Oh, pocket queens. Okay, we're drawing dead. That is extremely interesting and unfortunate at the same time. just totally did not expect that. Like, absolutely did not expect that because we have ace queen, and then he had to literally flop a 1 outer, and then he was short stack. So okay, pocket queens he should just like jam pre, but I guess it worked out for him. He did flop a 1 outer. It's pretty difficult to flop a 1 outer. If you like, there's an ace, or it's like non-ace explorer, like we're just not gonna lose too much money. But it worked out for him over there. And we're drawing almost stone cold dead. The ace specifically, which is like less than like 0.5% or something. I did lost a pot that way, one time in my career. Pretty sick. People pull like a flop a set, like top pair. I think similar situation. I have like top set. He had like top pair and ace kicker, and then he just turn river ace. Pretty sick. But yeah, poker is a sick game, dude. Poker is a sick game. Jack's facing 3-bet from the blind against a regular. 4-betting is okay. I guess we go for the 4-bet since we didn't 4-bet very often this session. If we go for 4-bet, then we have to get it in. That's a problem. Don't mind calling either. I guess we call. Definitely not folding on this flop though. I guess it doesn't make any difference, right? We just see a flop, and then we see a flop, we get it in. And obviously we lose some value versus ace king, versus if we just 4-bet. He might have like, okay, we just pick up the pot. That's nice. I think that's the same as so that's the thing. If you have like ace king, like two black ace king or something like that, like we lose value there versus just 4-bet and get it in. However, it was a flip versus ace king, so I don't really mind just playing this way and then take down the pot. I think with Jack's button versus big blind 3-bet, the 4-bet rate's roughly around like maybe 30%. I think 70% should be a call. That's just me though. I'm not exactly sure like if it's the right way to play. I think it is, but I'm not sure like what kind of frequency other players are using. Under the gun raise, we gotta put in a 3-bet here. We do play 150 big blind deep, and then here we check calling on this flop. He did check call. Turn is like a really bad turn. A lot of hands get there, and then flush draw gets there, knight 10 gets there. Just gonna call one more time and check folding the river if he bets again. Definitely not calling that. So I guess it wasn't that bad. The ace queen versus queen's hand. I mean, he only had like $120 or something. So 100 like 50. So he definitely didn't have a full stack, which is good. Because I don't think we can get away. Here we flop ace top set. I don't see him calling with. We block like top of the range so hard with aces. I'm not sure like what he would be calling with. We still have the nuts. I guess we have to barrel this turn pretty big. He has like tons of king queen, king jack. Because he had a big stack, so I just want to overbet, and just in case he had like something big. That's a really good river. I think a lot of time he just had like busted draw here, but same thing for us. We could have busted draw here, so I guess we use like overbet, like a 2x pot river bet, and hopefully he has a 10 here. Yeah, most likely he's just check calling with like king queen, king jack of spades maybe. Since he did call the overbet, so I do think he has a pretty big draw. And then there's no reason to bet like small on the river because like it's just not too many hands. So he either have a 10, like since we block aces so hard, he either have a 10 or he has a draw, right? If he had a 10, he's gonna call that 2x overbet. And if he had a draw, he's not even gonna call like $20 or $15, so it doesn't matter. Might as well just like blast it and then you know, plant that seed in his mind that we're bluffing, and then he got bluffed. It's always good that way. Mr. Lee versus Kings. Sorry, man. Got lucky there. Shit happens, dude. Happens to us so many times, so just part of the game. What's a good number of hands play size to access? Make sure you are not just a heater or actually winning non-zone table. Oh, I'll say at least 500,000 hands. That's a good sample size. At least 500,000 hands, I think. If you're like not experienced, yeah, 500,000 hand. 200,000 hands like somewhat safe. If you're like crushing, if you're like averaging like 5 BB per 100 after like 200,000 hands, I think you're pretty safe. We flop top 2, but the program is like it's being like pretty buggy. I'll lose to ace king here. He raised under the gun. Ace king is definitely in his range, but doesn't mean that we're gonna fold 2 pair just yet. Probably check calling again here. So yeah, I'll say like 200,000 hands. If you, and look at your win rate, see like what it is. If it's like 4 or 5 BB per 100, then I think you're pretty safe. If it's like 2 to 3 or like 3 is good. If it's like 1 to 2 in 200,000 hands, I'll say like probably play until like 500,000 hands to make a decision. Just gonna check. Hopefully you just check back. If he bets again, we are losing. He does check back. That's good. He gave up. If he like bet again, like be a pretty good third barrel. We just couldn't call because he's wrapping ace king super hard there, and then we're not a fish, so we're not gonna call a river bet. But good thing that he gave up. That always helps. I do have a pretty not like a big announcement, but floating here with 2 overcard and got shot. I do have something interesting to tell you guys at the end of the stream, and hopefully you guys stay for it. Pretty interesting stuff. River jack. Not sure if we get value from worse. Just gonna check and hopefully he bluff at it, and then we're gonna check call. He might try. And he does try. That's nice. Pick up X shot $23. Almost a pot size bet, so that's really sweet. Easy check call on the river. I'm pretty excited about the announcement I'm gonna tell you guys. Pretty excited, and hopefully you guys stay until end of the stream, which is probably gonna be around maybe 10:30 or so. And pretty sure you guys will be excited as well. Pretty sure. Not exactly sure, but pretty sure. Aces, obviously opening. Just gonna check against a confirmed fish. On this board, C betting is probably not the best. We do get cold call. Start with the small C bet. Just gonna give up this board. against a decent regular. There's no reason to go nuts. And we do face a raise on the relatively dry board. He might have some king 9 here. He could have like a set, but we're not folding yet. And just gonna check call a turn river most likely. He might raise with the king there. This river card, we're gonna use like a blocker bet and then just targeting a king. If we get raised, it's an easy fold. He does just give up, which is really weird. So here's just raising position with nothing. Doesn't really make sense. Especially he had position. Why did he do that? I don't know. We turn double gutter. A 9 and king give us a straight. I'm gonna start betting. We could definitely like bet with an ace, and then good thing that we just pick up the pot. Four seven suited against a pretty good regular. Gonna pure flop. We do have position, and 7-4 suited can flop something big, and then could be surprising. So it's worth a shot. The program is extremely laggy today. I don't know why, but it's the way it is. Just gonna give up. No point going crazy. It's a small pot. You don't want to always mess with the best regulars. You have to mix up some give up in your entire range. So sometimes they bluff, right? If you always like, you have to like check sometimes and just completely give up. So they see it, and then the next time they'll be like, hey, so this guy, check 3 times and just give up, and then maybe you can go for a bluff. That's when you get extra money. So you have to just be balanced with like everything. On this board, small c-bet is fine. Not too concerned about the flush draw, and then there's only some gut shots. Hopefully people don't have like ace 10 pocket sixes. It's very unlikely, but it's definitely a possibility. Not a bad turn. I feel like we can barrel this turn very often. Using an overbet, I think. He could have like queen jack and then like turn the gutter. That's the only hand we need to worry about. He never had ace king here. He can have king 10, but we beat that. He calls again. And the river is a club, we just check back. Yeah, he does have jack queen. He should have like check raised the turn. Like, it's so funny, like the way he played. Like, that guy is definitely a weaker player. Checking. He should definitely like check raise the turn. I don't know why he didn't do that. Out of position, it just doesn't make sense to not check raise the turn with the nuts. Especially if we overbet. I guess because we overbet, it kind of feel like if he check raise, then it's too strong, and then we can get away. Which is true. Like if he check raise the turn, like I think we're folding, because he's just never doing that with worse. Especially if facing an overbet. So I guess it worked out. It didn't work out for him, obviously. Like he only made like $40. Last time 40, like it's a small pot. But pretty lucky for us. Gonna value bet the river. Flop the nuts. Not the nuts, actually we lose to like 9-10. Just gonna check this turn. If you like a stray, he's gonna go crazy. Roller Thomas, thanks for the follow, welcome to the stream. Just gonna check here, and hopefully go for it. Most likely he will. He checks back. This is a terrible river. Like, we blocks everything. Like, we don't... Like... It's just a terrible river. But I guess with his hand, like, he's folding to a second barrel anyways. So I guess he was fine. Today was a funny day, Mr. Lee. 3 times I went all in pre. 2 times I had king versus aces, and when I had aces I lost versus your king. Sorry, man. That's the way it happens, dude. If you watch my stream regularly, you should know like how many times we ran kings into aces in the past month or so. I'll say like way more than we should, but you know, it's part of the game. It sucks. Happened to us too. Ran kings into aces like maybe like close to 20 times in the past month. And when we have aces, we lost to kings I think 3 times this month. It's all part of the game. Sucks that it has to happen to you there, but what can you do, right? Pocket 10s here, facing 3 bets. Definitely calling. We can 4-bet sometime, but if we 4-bet, we probably have to get it in. Actually, we're gonna 4-bet and get it in, I feel like, against this player. Just gonna go for it. Gonna go for it. We do just pick up the pot, that's always nice. On this river, c-bet the flop. Turn goes check check, and he let out the river. Have to call. He does have king 9, and we do snatch another bluff. That's nice. We do induce another bluff. That's what I mean. This is ACR is a little weird today. I'm not sure if like we should be like playing too long today, because the way like the program functions like super laggy, and then we do have some big stacks, so I don't want it to happen like in one of the major pots. On this board, I guess we start with a bigger c-bet. Up here, definitely gonna 4-bet and get it in. We flop quads, that helps. And people lead to us. Interesting. Flopping quads and people led to you. What do? I think we call, right? But we kind of want like more money in the pot, so I guess we just call. Good luck us. It's king. Chop chop. This is actually an amazing turn. If he had a 9 here, I'm just gonna bet a little bit, just to find out if he has a 9 or not. He does call. When you check again, I'm not exactly sure what he's doing. Maybe like want our ace high to bluff. Little does he know that we have quads here. I guess we go for like a $20 bet, pretending like we're value betting our ace high. Unfortunately, he folded. That sucks. If he had a 9 there, we're gonna stack him 100%. And then he'll be like, what the fuck, dude? Like, he probably thought he's winning like 100% time there with the 9, and then just ran into quads. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Too bad. Here we flop an ace with the backdoor not flush draw. I'm not sure if we can fold yet. Definitely gonna call once. And we turn our pair, and then flush does get there. It's a little bit tricky. What do we do here? We'd be like ace king and ace 10, but we do lose to ace queen and ace jack. But not exactly sure if ace jack and ace queen gonna bet this turn. He does bet, and I think we have to call and then just check the river. Hopefully he checks back. If you bet the river, then we're obviously losing. Just gonna check. Oh wow. What? What? What's going on, dude? Did he just check back a flush, like, without trying to go for value? Like, Jesus. These people are so bad, dude. What? He had a flush here. And he checks back. What? I don't understand, man. I mean, we're gonna call here, actually, on dry board. I just didn't understand like why he check backs. I mean, at least value bet. Try to value bet, and if I don't know, like some people there, especially like worst player, less experienced player, they just don't like, they just not capable of just value betting and then like folding to a race. They're so afraid of like getting stacked, and they're losing so much value in the hand. It's unreal. That's definitely not the right way to play, and then definitely not the right way for you guys to play. So definitely don't do that when you have a flush and then people check to you on the river. Like try to value bet, man. Like if you get check raised, then you know think about the hands that he's doing it with, and then you feel like you're a beat, then you can always fold. Like versus like not trying to get value, it's like so bad. I don't know, but I kind of get it because like less experienced player is just like always afraid of like going for value, and then like they ended up just, you know, facing a check raise on the river and cannot fold their hand, which is, I mean, it's understandable but not the right way to play, obviously. By the way, Pep 5555, I think I tagged you as orange instead of like, I didn't tag you a fish. I don't know why you. I don't know. I think I tagged you as orange, which is like questionable. Like I'm not sure like exactly like how you are. I think you're pretty good most of the time, and then like you do some like questionable play like here and there, like once or twice, and then I'll be like I change it to orange, and then I just wasn't sure like what you are, and then like you did like something questionable, and then I change it to like green. But it doesn't mean like I think you're actually pretty good. So don't get offended about the tags. Like I say, a lot of those players, like this guy is like one of the craziest, one of the regular that we play against for the most part. Like we almost had like 20,000 hands against this guy, and then he's still a green tag because I was lazy to change it. So it doesn't mean anything. Like Parker is one of the best regular, and then I didn't tag him red because I know exactly who he is, so I don't have to change it. I mean, I guess I can. Like this guy is a pretty good regular as well. Happy loss versus you. Good luck, man. Well, comes and goes. You know, chips comes and goes, man. Pretty sure you'll stack me some days. You know, some other time. Not a good turn to barrel. We do pick up Gasha though, but it's not a turn that we want to barrel. Actually, we're gonna change it to red because this guy is definitely one of the better X. And we river a king. We have to call his bet now. Hopefully he doesn't have a flush. Oh, that's a pretty big bet, but we have to call. 5-6 for a bluff. Pocket 7 here. I think we have to 3-bet if you want to play. But against under the gun raise from an unknown player, it's okay to fold. Pocket aces. Just gonna open against a pretty good regular. Hopefully he has something. On this turn, just gonna bet a little bit. Ace high is most likely the best hand here. We do have a better ace high, and he probably thought the same. Ace high was pretty much the nuts there most of the time. Oh shit! I was gonna fold, man. Shit. Misclicked. Glad it was only $3. If it's like freaking like 100, that would suck. Maybe we, you know, just mean to float there. Here with pocket nines, we definitely 3-betting, and on this river we gonna bet a little bit since we floated. Just gonna go for value, pretending like we have a king. Here on this board we are betting against a cold caller, and then he cold call his raise and then cold call my 3-bet. It's like extremely weird. We do face a check raise on the river. I guess he had a queen, so we just have to give it to him. And we are not folding on this flop. And checking back this turn always helps when you revert the bolt. And then somebody lead out to you. He's never having a better hand here. The only hand we lost to is pocket kings. And he doesn't have that because he cold called the raise and then cold called a 3-bet. So we're gonna putting a jam here actually. Trying to think what he has though. I think jamming is like a little bit too greedy. Maybe like 95. King 10. That is definitely a good value bet on the river. Good value raise. And then here we river another set. Just gonna check call. I thought we had the best hand anyways, so oh, we didn't. Sorry about the suck out, but it happens. Flush check back. Yeah, big banana for 2-0. Thanks for joining the chat. I think this is the first time you say something. Welcome to the stream. We do have a pretty friendly viewers. Hopefully you enjoy the stream and come back Monday to Friday, 9 PM Pacific Standard Time. On this board, we're gonna check. Yeah, that flush check bet was pretty awful, but some people does that. People who have no ability to bet fold tend to just check back. On the turn though, we're gonna bet a little bit. Pocket 7 there was either a raise or fold. Never calling there, unless it's like against two fishes, like fish opener and then fish in the blind, then we can go for that play. But most of the time, pocket 5 is facing a 3-bet from small blind. We are playing deep, definitely not folding 5s yet. Not gonna fold to this bet yet. Pretty good turn for pocket 5s, but he did barrel again. I feel like we should probably fold, but can make a case for a call. He does have some ace king and ace queen here. I guess we call and fold the river. I just don't see him triple barreling here like with aces. I mean, unless you have like ace jack specifically, then it makes sense. Probably have to call this. This is pretty close. But he only used half sizing. I guess it's more value. Feel like more value, like aces, and then trying to get value from like pocket pairs. This is pretty close between a call and fold. I just don't see him triple barreling here without a jack. I mean, he could have ace jack, I guess, or 10 jack suited. I guess we give it to him. Good bet. Good bet, good bet, good bet. Trying to figure out what he could possibly have there. Probably like ace jack. I just don't see him playing aces this way on this board, playing this deep. I could be wrong though, but he's a pretty good player, so I mean, we lost like 75 there, 77. It's not the end of the world. Still a relatively small pots. And then by calling the flop and turn, we pretty much, I was like 90% sure that he had a better hand. Versus if we just fold the turn, save some money, but maybe we could get bluffed out by like ace king. Even though I'm not sure ace king will bluff there. Defending with ace jack suited in position here. Yeah. And fish, no problem. No, you're not, man. Pretty good. Opinions on grinding fast fold versus normal table and anonymous table versus non-anonymous. They're pretty much the same. Fast table is a little bit tougher because people just don't make as many mistakes versus like a regular 6-max table. And in terms of anonymous and non-anonymous, I don't have a preference. I feel like it's pretty much the same. Blocker bet here. Anonymous pool, you just have to play like a pretty balanced game in terms of your ranges and stuff. Just have to be balanced. Like a game like this, it's more like you can go more like exploitive. I think we'll have to check raise this flop and get it in. Not folding after check raising on this board. If he has aces or if he has like queens plus, he had it. But we're destined to. We're not gonna. Using a larger sizing because he was a little bit deeper. When he checks, I'm gonna bet the turn and then just get it in. I'm gonna try to get it in. And here with queens, we can 4-bet. We can just call. I think 4-betting is probably better, but I don't mind calling either because we're playing a little deeper, so we have position. We don't have to worry about too much. Versus if we 4-bet. And if he jams, like we pretty much have to fold queens. So I like calling. Most of the time we're 4-betting though. Under the gun raise, cold caller and the squeeze. We are calling once and then folding the river. It's obviously a pretty bad, pretty bad turn. And then now the river just makes it worse. We both have queens. That's funny. On this board, we are c-betting a little bigger, and we are peeling here with jacks. I think we just fold because of the stack sizing. His range is pretty uncapped, and then his range is uncapped. We are pretty deep. He has like 175 big B or something. On the queen, we're gonna check. Just gonna fold here. And flush does get there. I feel like we can put like a blocker bet. Just in case if he had like something like ace king, ace queen with ace of club, he can continue and then we still have the best hand. And here, when he overbet the turn. Interesting. I don't think we can fold yet. I think we called this and then check fold the river. He does overbet though. What can we beat here? Check 8, 10, 8. I feel like he has a lot of 2-pair, but just gonna check. Definitely not calling this river. It's as bad as it gets for aces. He could have like some flush draw playing this way, but he's gonna bluff. Not sure if we should bluff catch here. Do you ever defend blinds in cash game? Defend blinds. Oh my god, it's such a... we are folding. We don't beat anything. Do you ever defend blinds in cash game? What do you mean? Like, of course we do. That's one of the most important skill sets to have. Just defending your blinds. Not particularly happy about that hand, but I mean, here against the same player, pocket fours, just gonna fold. 3-betting with ace queen, and we have aces again. Hopefully this time we get some action and then we have a better board. Yeah, over there the aces just doesn't beat anything, especially after he overbet the turn. He had tons of straights. No action. Defending blinds in cash game is one of the most important skill. You can't just give away your blinds. You have to call and defend. This guy is pretty tight. I'm not sure Queen Jack suited is the hand that we want to be defending with. 3-betting a little bigger with ace king. Just gonna fold here. I'm defending most of the time, but against a player like that, I just don't know if we should do that. Checking on this flop. Obviously, c-betting is fine as well, but on the turn, I guess we check again. Like, we don't have any 8s here. We don't have that many 7s and 6s, so betting the turn just doesn't really make sense. I feel like ace high is the best hand here very often. Yeah, we do have the best hand, but I guess we just see bet the flop, we take it down, but we have to balance our ranges, so it's okay. It just happened at the time that we chose the checking line, and then he had a hand that would fold to c bets. Once again, gonna announce something at the end of the stream. Hopefully you guys stick around for that. Pretty exciting stuff. Pretty exciting stuff. Not sure if you guys will be excited. I think you should. After check calling the flop, he has tons of flush draws. He could obviously have a jack. Our hand has no equity, so I'm just gonna check back. Hopefully ace high is good. And here we're just gonna barrel, keep betting for value, and then you're checking back. Pocket 3 is good. We flop got shot and not flush shot. Pretty good flop. Gonna use a larger sizing here. Blind versus blind, 9-8 suited against the fish player. Just gonna c-bet. I feel like this guy's just gonna overfold to c-bets. Obviously, we have like absolutely no equity, and then facing this raise, we're just gonna absolutely fold. It's not even a spade, so we're drawing dead against an ace. The runner. Jack ace offsuit. We open on the button. Definitely not gonna call a 3-bet with that hand. Pocket 3s against a fish player. We open. Ace deuce off is a little bit too loose to open on the button. Even on the button, it just doesn't play that well post flop. So I'd rather fold. Ace 9 suited, 3-betting. Cutoff versus mid position open, and here we're gonna appeal a flop with ace 5. Don't mind 3-bet here as well. Jack 9, definitely gonna call a 3-bet. Just gonna check back. Ace high could be the best hand. He does have a pair, unfortunately. He does use a pretty big sizing. We have we flop nothing, so it's pretty easy fold. Here, gonna 3-bet with 7s. And here started with a check. On this turn, just gonna check. Ace high is most likely the best hand. Check calling river. He does use a pretty big sizing. Just don't see him checking bat 10s. He could have a 5, but we're gonna looking up. Queen 9, damn, that's unfortunate. Well, our read was on though. It's just unfortunate that he river a pair. Turn another queen. Gonna bet the turn. Yeah, it was a little bit surprising. That was a really good river value bet with just a 9, because we're calling with the ace high there. Defending with ace jack. Against under the gun open, we have to be careful. And against a hat pot c-bet, definitely calling. And pretty good turn for our hand. Less likely he had the king. Even less likely he had the king now. Just gonna check. He probably just check back and give up most of the time. He does bluff. He does have ace jack. Okay, chop chop. Facing under the gun. We raise under the gun. Facing 3 bets. Just gonna fold ace jack off. It's not the greatest hand to play out of position. Facing that action. Ace king offsuit. Opening queen 10 suited. Flop middle pair. This is the flop where a lot of jack 10, 10 9 might call a small bet, so let's go for a small c bet. Here we are 3 betting, and we do face a check raise. We do have backdoor flush draw. Not gonna fold yet. We do turn 2 pair. I don't think he did that with ace jack. He could. Interesting. Here facing 2 player, start with a small c bet. This is like really laggy today. It's very annoying. We're gonna call and then see what happens on the river. That's one of the worst river. He does have pocket 7, so I guess he kind of saved us. Not really. Like, we're not gonna lose too much money in that spot. Here when he checked, when he called the flop, we gonna at the turn. Only losing to queen 10 and pocket jacks. We do pick up the pot, that's always nice. Facing a 3 bet and 4 bet. Pocket 8s just sucks that we have to fold, but we don't have any other choice but to fold. Gonna isolate the limpers. Defending with ace 9. Curious to see what they do. Probably gonna wrap up the string like 10 minutes or so, and then I'm gonna tell you guys what's gonna happen in 2 days. And pretty interesting stuff. Pocket 8's under the gun. King 7 suited opening is sometimes, but with a good regular on the button, less likely to open with trash hand like that. On this player, he doesn't fold to c-bet. It's only one hand, so we're gonna try. Not the greatest turn. I don't think he has that many 5 in his range, but that feels like an ace. We're just gonna fold. Queen jack gets there. Pretty sure he recognized it. He's checking back very often here. Pocket nice. And we're checking again. We're actually gonna go for a call here. Just take a really unorthodox way to play this hand because it's against a good regular, and then he did raise under the gun, and we're playing like 250 big blind deep, so gonna mix it up a little bit on how we play, because he's gonna feel like a lot of pressure with us behind him. Queen 5 suited. This is not the greatest flop, but we did raise pre-flop, so gonna c-bet. Yeah, this is really gonna actually use like smaller sizing here. We do face a 3-bet again, and ace-10 suited is an easy call out of position, and we flop trips, that always helps. Do get called by the fish player, not folding to that small bet, and get called by the regular too. That's a little bit concerning, but I don't think they're call with just queen. I feel like they should check raise, so we're definitely gonna barrel this turn. And here we're just gonna check call 3 streets. If we had ace king, then we're just gonna lose 3 streets. Once the king on the river, I don't feel like he has that. But if you have like queens or jacks or something like that, he's not calling a river bet. So I guess we just check and hopefully he bluff at it. And then here we're gonna barrel this turn pretty hard. Using a 75% sizing. Get snap call again. And it's a pretty good run out, like flush draw misses, which is very likely what he has. Obviously he can have a queen, but we are just checking this river. Maybe he can have like some backdoor flush get there. On this over here, we do flop top set when we 3-bet with 8s, which is always nice. He's not gonna put us in this hand, and he does raise. And the reason we're only losing to 7-9. We're just gonna fold here. Not exactly sure what he's doing this with, but it's extremely confusing. I guess he can have like queen x of heart. I think we have to call, dude. I feel like this is the type of guy. We're gonna put a 3-bet here and then just get it in. Not gonna mess around. If he has 7-9, then it's just a cooler. 200 BB. Just gonna kiss goodbye. But he could very much have a lower set here. And here, I think we're gonna call, man. I mean, he's the type of player who might just freaking do this with like miss flush draw or something. I think in some frequency he'll do that. 6-4. Ugh, that's pretty awful. But he did raise really little, so I don't have a problem with that. He check call, like, yeah, I guess. We just can't like put the fish into a hand, you know? It's like what the hell, like he check call there with the original raiser still to act behind on the flop with bottom pair, and then like we're gonna peel a flop with ace deuce, flop trips, that helps. Yeah, it's like what the heck, like he called middle pair and then call it barrel. I guess he had like gush shot and flush draw and gets there on the river. I guess. That was one of the hand that we thought he might have. Just a backdoor flush. However, he did use a really small sizing, so I don't really mind. Here we turn flush draw. There's really no hand that we should be afraid of, so we just check. Hopefully they bluff. It's very unlikely they have anything since the flop goes check, check, check. And then on the river, we're just gonna try to get some value. Yeah, the sizing he was using, like $80 pot, he bet like $30. It's just, we have to looking up, right? So he get there, right? It's okay. 3-betting ace queen off. And here against a fish player and a fish player in the blind, this is where I call pocket fours here sometimes. Aces, I think we check back this flop just to protect our checking range. I'm gonna start betting the turn. Facing a 4-bet from a guy who doesn't really 4-bet that often. Mid 4-bet, ace queen off. Just gonna muck. Not the greatest hand to continue versus a 4-bet range. It was button versus split blind, yes, but I mean, against somebody who doesn't 4-bet that often. Just gonna give it to him. If he's bluffing, then he's bluffing. Good job. Gonna give him credit for bluff, right? Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with ACR, man. Like the program's like extremely laggy today. Like extremely laggy. It's kind of frustrating. Like see, like I just put in like 20 and then like it just stuck there. On this board, we are going to start with a small c bet against an unknown player. If it gets called, we'll see what the turn is. And on this turn, we probably just give up against an unknown player. River is a king. We can bluff. I mean, he would check back like pocket tens and stuff like that, but I don't think he's gonna fold unless we use like $100 sizing. Against unknown player, I wouldn't do that. Against regular, I'll definitely put like 120, like double pop bet on the river. But against unknown player, I think it's too risky because I'm not sure if they're capable of folding like pocket tens here. When he bet that much, feels like he has like 2 pair set. Even though it's kind of weird, but that's the likely holding that he has. We did raise pre-flop on this board. I feel like we are mandatory to try to take it away. It is a decent pot, so we use the $10 sizing. We do have backdoor straight draw and flush draw, so and there's also full equity against the blind. It got called. However, we don't turn anything. I don't think we have the best hand. I feel like he has a king here, or just gonna check. That is not a good river. Hit a lot of his range. I feel like this river giving like 2 pair a lot, giving straight a lot. He let have pot, which is gonna fold. Would you jam ace king off versus under the gun 4-bet? Both 200 BB deep. Definitely not 200 BB deep. Versus unknown player. No, not jamming. The 400 BB is way too deep. 3 betting. I'll have to be careful here because this guy doesn't call that many 3 bets. So if he calls, and then we have 200 big blind deep, so have to be careful. Ace king off versus under the gun 4 bets. Definitely not. No, ace king off definitely not jamming. That's suicidal. Even against regular, that's like a pretty tough spot. I mean, 100 big blind, 120 big blind, always jamming. Always call. I don't mind that, but 200 big blind you cannot do. You cannot even call with the ace king suited, in my opinion. Ace king suited, I mean, it's a call, but it shouldn't be like a 5-bet jam. I don't see that as a profitable play in a long run. That's just me though. On this flop he checked. I'm just gonna check back, and we only beat ace king here really. Ace king, ace jack suited. Just gonna fold here. I feel like after he checked the flop and then he bet on the turn, when 10 hits, it just doesn't really make too much sense. If he had ace king, he checked the flop, he probably would check the turn. So especially we have more 10s in our range than him. We can definitely have some like jack 10 suited, queen 10 suited type of hand. So since he's still bet, we just gonna give him credit. Yeah, 200 big blind is a completely different animal, so you have to be a little bit careful in terms of decision making. You cannot be like loosey goosey, otherwise pretty much you'll be blowing away your stack pretty quickly. Here we do have a just gonna go 5x here because we're deeper, and we do have pocket jacks. Can flat call under the gun raise here, peeling a flop. Our flop open-ended with the backdoor flush. He checked the flop. I'm gonna bet the turn. C-betting this flop and bet the river. Ace 5, no good. Here on this turn, I feel like we go overbet or check. Most likely overbetting. Here I gonna check call with the pair 7 because if he had an ace on the flop, I don't see him checking back. And we do break. on this board it's kind of tricky. I guess we go for it, right? Just gonna try. Let's try to bet like we have ace queen, king queen. Hopefully he fold. If he calls, then if he calls with like a 10, which is what I think he has, he does fold. So that's nice. That's nice. Our bluff goes through. Always feels good. Gonna wrap up the session and go over the session and share with you guys what's going on, what's gonna happen on Wednesday. River bet, ugh, that's a little bit crazy. I feel like he had like he really polarized there, but I don't think he's someone who's capable of using that sizing to bluff. I mean, I can be wrong, but that's just me. Facing a dunk bet there, it's no reason to continue, especially against a fish. We don't know what he's doing. I think tonight's session was pretty smooth in the most part. I don't think we even lose like an all-in. Okay, so we up $700. We run 340. So we ran like 1.5 buying above EV, which is always good. Like our actual earning is picking up, catching up on our all-in win rate. Having running pretty bad in July, so in August it's definitely been like a lot better. Gonna see if there's any hand that we were talking about. Those are standard. I want to see if we lose anything. Ace queen. Okay, so this is just a cooler. Ace queen. Ace queen. He raised on the button with 3 bets. Ace queen. He raised on the button with 3 bets, and then he called. He's a short stack with 120. Not short stack, but not a full stack. 127 left. We c-bet big, planning to get it in on the turn, and then he just jams, and then we have the easy call. He had pocket queens, so it's a little bit surprising, but it is what it is. Pocket fives. I don't think there's anything that we're talking about. Let me see this one. Pocket kings, raise, 3 bet, 4 bet, get it in. Oh, this is the cooler. Yeah, aces. That sucks for him. Here, ace 10 suited, we raise, facing 3 bet, we call, flop the nuts, he check, we bet, small, he call, check, we bet big, he call, and then river, we rips it, and he calls with pocket jacks. That's interesting. Definitely shouldn't play this way. I mean, I guess pocket jacks is probably definitely a fold on the river, because we have tons of bolt here. Yeah, pocket jack is definitely gonna be a fold on the river, especially SPR is like 1-to-1, so like pot is 150, and then he just call like another 150 with pocket jacks. Like he doesn't really beat anything, but like ace king, I guess, or ace, like he doesn't even beat ace queen with the ace of hearts. So I don't know what he's doing, and he doesn't. And then he block. I guess he blocks hearts, but I don't like this call at all. This is a huge mistake. River is definitely a fold. So that, I guess that player is a little bit weaker. Here we have ace king off in the blind, 3 bets, call. We just go for the check because we're playing pretty deep against a really good regular. So start with the check to pot control a little bit. He does bet, and then we call, and then turns another king, and then we check again. He bets again, and at this point we kind of have to go for a check raise because he could have some king queen, he could have some king jack. We just have to get value from those hands. And when he bet the turn, it's very likely he has king queen, king jack, or maybe the same hand is king. He could have some pocket 8s and pocket 5s, but then that way we're gonna lose our stack most likely. So we went for the check raise, and then he just called, and the river is a queen, which is very concerning because king queen is definitely in his range. I feel like if we check and then he jams here, we probably have to fold because I mean, he's never bluffing here with anything less than a bolt. We did go for a check, a pretty terrible river. I'm glad that he just checked back, so he had king jack, so we kind of got lucky here. If, for example, if he had like like king jack, not king jack, like let's say if you have like king x of spade or something, not king x of, yeah, king x of spades, he could very much turn his hand into a bluff on the river. Or if he has like any type of two spades type of hands, I just don't see it though. I don't see it because the two spades without specifically king x of spades is not gonna bet the turn and then call a huge check raise. So if he had like king x of spades, he could very much turn his hand into a bluff on the river and then just ships it, and it would be very hard for us to call. But I'm glad he checked back, because if he ships it here, I think we have to fold. So we kind of get lucky there. And the next hand we have pocket nines, under the gun raise, cut off called, we squeeze, and this guy cold call. It's kind of weird. This is a really weird spot. So he cold call the under the gun raise, and he cold called the 3-bet, which is like kind of weird. He checked it to us. We c-bet small with just one overcard. He called. On the turn, he went check, and then he can obviously have some flush draws, flush and straight draws. River obviously is good for us. We river both, and then he does lead, and then I was thinking about like if we should jam, but I feel like jamming was too greedy here, because more likely he's had a misdraw or something, unless he have like a5 specifically, which is very, very unlikely. Maybe like a 6, but I just don't see it. Maybe a6 suited, that's gonna call it jam. We went for a safer route, just using like a value raising sizing, and then he does instant call with king 10. So I do feel like we got the maximum value here. Anything over 3x, he might fold, and then we just lose that extra value. That's pretty much it, I think. Right, and I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. So this is what's gonna happen. So I have a friend. So I if you guys follow me, you guys probably know. I have a friend who pretty close with Kitty Quill, which is like the official Natural A sponsor pro. And this Wednesday, I was invited to one of the private games. So it's gonna be Wednesday. I believe it's Wednesday. 4 p.m. I think, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'll be playing a 6-max game. It is a 10-20, 5,000 buy-ins on Natural 8. I don't think we can rebuy. I'm not exactly sure what the structure is, but according to my friend Kitty, I think we are playing for 3 hours, and it's 6-max, just 5,000. Like, we're not supposed to add on or anything. So 5,000, that's it. So it's one shot, 5,000. 10-20, no limit hold'em, 6-max, which is my specialty, so I'm pretty comfortable playing that game. I used to play that game for a living, 5-10, 10-20. I play no cap, so it's a little bigger. However, 5,000 is 200 BB deep, so it's a pretty good, not structure, but pretty good, pretty decent sizing in terms of like stacks. And then we do get to play two of the greatest in the world. It's kind of, I'm pretty fortunate to be invited, because obviously Kitty is one of the best female poker player in the world. She's pretty good on cash game tournaments. And then those are two of her coaches. One is Goose Core. I don't know if you guys heard of him. You should. He's one of the online legend. He grinded 1-2 no limit for many years, and then he started taking shots at high stake and stuff, and very successful in the high stakes game, and very successful in tournaments. So if you guys are curious, just Google him a little bit. So Goose Core is one of the online legend, one of the best player in the world. He's also the coach for Fatal Hosts. So he's definitely one of the best players, and Fatal call him the best in the world. And Fatal doesn't give other people credit for being the best in the world if the guy is not that amazing. So Goose Core is definitely like one of the best player in the world, and super excited to be playing against him. And this guy is Darren Elias. If you Google him, he's the all-time leader in WPT titles. Has over 15 million earnings online and live. Not exactly sure about his cash game or online skill. I'm pretty sure he's pretty good. I do saw him play at Life at the Bike, so he did some pretty sick call against Dan Smith. Pretty solid player. So, but this is like the opportunity of lifetime. Like I don't normally get to play these guys. Definitely not Goose Core and Darren Elias, but because of Kitty, I get invited. It's pretty much I think it's for her birthday. Yeah, it's for her birthday. So she just want to challenge her coaches, and then she invited her two coaches, and then invited I think 3 friends. Not sure about the other 2 players. This guy definitely don't know about him, but from what I heard, I think he's like a tournament player, so probably not as good in 6-max game. I am definitely, in my opinion, better than him. I play with Kitty pretty regularly on Natural 8, cash game in the morning. So we do play a lot against each other. Kitty's really good, and I am considered myself as a crusher, so I feel like I'm pretty good in terms of six max game. I'm nowhere nearly as good in tournaments comparing to those guys, but 6-max game I'm pretty confident. And this guy, from what I heard, is like a huge whale. Really bad player. I'm not 100% sure. Like I don't know any of these guys. The only reason I took the invitation is because I got invited, obviously, and I feel like this is a good opportunity to play. However, like I don't play 10-20 game all the time online. And if we lose, then it's gonna suck because we don't have any game to grind our money back. I guess you would just have to like grind 1-2 or something for like a month to get it back, or like half a month, 2 weeks to get it back. But just the opportunity to play with Darren Elias and Goose Core is just fascinating to me. And I don't think I get to stream because this is like a private event. I think Kitty is gonna record and put on her YouTube channel, so there's gonna be like a live broadcast or something. I'm not even sure if it's live, but it's definitely gonna be broadcasted, and then like it's gonna be like analysts to go over hands and stuff like that, and all the session will be recorded. I'll be recording the session, so on Wednesday I probably won't stream. I will